Hello, hello. What's happening? Here we go. Just get this set up. So I might have stuffed up a bit tonight. We'll see how we go. Fresh cuts, brother. Zane Telford, how are you, mate? Mum's on. Hey, Ma. My mum's on. My mum's watching. I've got to be on my best behaviour. Hey, Ma. Rowan Brown, Dean Ferris, legend. Leigh Skinner, how are you, mate? Yeah, got the fresh cuts. Hey, brother. Hey, Stephen D. How are you, man? Nice hair. You like that hair tone? Went and got some fresh fades this afternoon here in the Happy Rock. Happy Rock they call it up here, Gladstone. You know, it took me a couple of weeks to work out. I'm like, what are they talking about? The Gladstone, you know. I'm a bit slow. What's going on here? We dropped a light or something. I don't know what's happened. Anyway, she's a bit darker tonight. It's a bit darker. Adam Layton, what are we talking about? Whoa, what can we talk about, mate? What can we talk about? I'm sure we got some stuff going on. We got some stuff going on. We'll get to that shortly. Plenty going on. Up this way, regional tracks. Very interesting times. Very interesting times. Actually, all drag racing at the moment. I think very interesting times. We're going to see what happens. Some tracks, some races, some... Everyone. Got a lot... Oh, hang on. Did the lights just come brighter or something? Something wrong with the camera, I reckon. Anyway. No sound, mate. Adam Layton. What's with the sound thing again? So some people I had last week said it was perfect. Others said it wasn't working. Everyone else? Anyone else let me know if it's not working. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Can you maybe get out of that and go back in? Maybe I go to sit forward. I see the tripping. Who's tripping? Not me, mate. Yeah, anyway, so I got fresh cut this afternoon. Used the local boys in town. Did a really good job. Probably the most I've ever spent at a bloody barber's ever. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Working good here, Corey. Thanks, mate. Hey, Dunk. Hey, Aunt Dunk. How are you, mate? Good. Anyway, well, got sound here. Okay, maybe, yeah, guys, if you can, maybe if I had those sound good on the iPhone. That's weird. Better if we had no visual. My God. Honestly. Thanks very much. What's happening in Benaraby? Loud and clear. I'm late at the pub. Be back in 15. Matty Loy at the pub. That's a day ending in Y. Anyway, sounds okay to me, Michael Harvey. All right. I'm going to go left of centre to kick off tonight. Got a few people on. Haven't advertised again. Anyway, whatever. I'm going to go left of centre a little bit. We're going to see. Oh, Jess Beckham's on because home and away's just finished. Stephen Day, hey mate, how are you? No sound on my iPhone, but sound when cast to the TV. I wonder what's that's weird, eh? It's above my pay grade. Something going on with this colour. See that? Bright. No. Oh, there's some brightness here. I don't know what the. Anyway. Yeah, I'm going to go left to centre tonight. I'm going to give a shout out. You know, we look up to a lot of people. Sound on my Samsungs. Lisa Skinner. I don't know what's going on. I guess we look up to different people in our lives, and we give the could be home and away's over. Good news. Home and away's over, and it could be daylight saving. Barry Plumpton. What's Barry Plumpton tuning in from NZ? Always good to have Barry on, mate. Hope you bring that nitrous car back so we get another chance to have a look at it. Especially with all the talk, they reckon there's going to be a pro mod bracket over here soon, mate. And from what I hear, they're going to run an alternate to Pro Slammer. Pro Slammer. So that'll be interesting. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's good news, man. But honestly, if you can go $5.95 at Mary Mary, and I'm not having a go at Mary Mary, I've never been there. I'm just going on reports from what people say. The guys obviously do the best with what they got. Yeah, if you can do it there, what can you do? Yeah, awesome, massive achievement. All right, so I was dribbling on. I'm going round in circles. Shout out this week. I'm listening to the news this morning. They're talking about Ash Barty. Let's talk about Ash Barty because she's a young lady from Ipswich in Queensland, 23-year-old, and I didn't even know, but she's number one at the moment. She's world number one at the moment. And why don't we know? Because we never hear about it. Because all the news and all we hear about is those two other buffheads that represent us. What, Tomic and who's that other bloke? Kyrgios, or is it? Nick Kyrgios or whatever. We hear about those two dickheads and what they get up to and playing up and, you know, getting chucked off court and getting fined. That's all we hear about. And here's this young lady from Ipswich, from the Switch, that's right, representing this Chris Hall. Does she drive a radar? I don't know, mate, but she can afford to. She can afford to fix a radar on regular occasions with the money if she's number one. Ooh, that's a bit low. Anyway, she's world number one and we never even hardly ever hear about it. Like, that's what's wrong with the world, eh? We hear about all the bad shit that goes on. Like, I don't watch the news. Obviously, I live on bloody Facebook and Instagram, and you know I listen to some radio when I'm travelling to and back and forth to work. But I don't watch the news. I don't even really watch normal TV because some of the dribble that goes on, I might tune in every now and then. But I watch Netflix or I'm on the iPad or I'm doing all that sort of stuff. But it's just all negative crap. And what's the other thing? We got Prince Andrew. Who cares? Who cares what Prince Andrew did years ago? Like, I don't know. But Ash Barty, you're a dead set legend. You're number one in the world. You've worked hard to get there. You should be getting more recognition than those other two buffheads. You know, good on you. You're a dead set legend, and I wish you all the best. And we should, you know, we should look up to people like that. We should give airtime. We should. You know, not getting sound on my phone. I don't know what's going on with that. It's been all right until the last couple of weeks. I don't know. Anyway, so on the left hand side of your phone, there's a volume. Nah, I don't know. I've got no idea. So anyway, yeah. So Ash Barty, good on you. You're a dead set legend, and we wish you all the best. And you should be praised for what you're doing. World number one. That's not easy to do. Obviously, and congratulations. You know, we give airtime to those other two buffets. Anyway, that's my little rant for that's my shout out, my little rant for the night, and absolutely nothing to do with drag racing. So there you go. I do some other things. I do spend some time on other things rather than just bloody drag racing. Let's get to drag racing, hey? Let's do that. Lots happening. Funny time of year, isn't it? Because we get to this, as far as I know, every sanctioning body, they finished the season. Every track finished their track season championship, so that's all done. Congratulations to everyone that did so fantastically well in that. I spoke about it. I was lucky enough to attend the last QDRC at Willowbank. To see the final, obviously the final round there, and see everyone how they performed and who got championships and that. I was lucky enough to be at, of course, I called Palmyra's final, which was fantastic. A lot of brackets come right the way down to the finals before we decide the championship winners. And I was lucky enough to be at Palmyra for their last event as well. Benari down the road here for their last event, and that was fantastic as well. The racer was great, and once again they were really close in all the brackets, and I think there was maybe one or two that were close or nearly decided leading into that final round. So it's still alive and well, and that's good stuff. I guess all the big stuff we start looking forward to, all the Pro Series stuff coming and that. We've got rounds coming up of that. But this time of year, I guess, yep, cool. Just read some comments there. So this time of season, end of the season, a lot of guys are regrouping, looking forward to the new season, starting to book holidays, starting to book in to work out their calendars, getting all the calendars from each track. Work out where they'll be and what events to attend for the year. Craig Chillax Banks. Who's that? Oh, that's that banker fella. Hello, mate. How you going? Yeah, congrats to all the champions. Chris Hall all the way from Tennant Creek. Jeez, that's like overseas, isn't it? That's pretty impressive. Yeah, so congrats to everyone. But it's a funny time, isn't it? There's a lot of stuff going on in the background, and we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about. I'll give you from my perspective what updates are happening around the place. It really is an interesting time. Regionally, let's talk regionally. So, obviously, I do a lot of Palmyra's events. I attend a lot of Benarabe's events now, especially since it's down the road. I raced at the last one. Did I tell you I raced at the last one? Hey, Daryl Freeman, how are you, champion? I raced at the last one. I helped a young fella run his very first event, very first passes down the track. A young apprentice from work, Billy. We got him on a junior bike and we got him down there and had a fantastic day. So I think he's got the bug. We're already planning changes for next season, even though it's going to be February or March or whatever, So we're doing that. We're already talking about changing primary jet because she's an old carby bike. We're going to change primary jets. We're going to do this, and so it's good. It's good. It keeps you interested, and I love those little things. CJ Davis, how are you, mate? You got me this week. You had some dramas last week. I hope you got me this week. Ash Mason, hello, champion. Mr. 235 himself. How's that? Good stuff. So a lot going on. Poe, hello, mate. How are you? Saw how about those figures out of the Supra the other day? Wow, good on you, man. That's awesome. Can't wait to see that thing back on track. It's going to be good to see. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'll tell you what, I was involved with, like leading up to that event. We had to do all the process with Andra to get young Billy through his junior bike license, and they couldn't have been better. We got on the information. I spoke to Kylie down there, and I mentioned her last week, and I'm going to mention her again this week because that's what we need. There need to be that communication. You need to get the answers you want, I guess, when you need them, and they were super helpful, and we just smashed her with all the forms. We smashed all the forms and medical, and she processed it all in record time, and we got him there, and it was just fantastic, and it was good for that young fella to get there, and there we go. We got another future. We got a racer that may be a future. Who knows where he'll go from there? Whether he'll just get too interested in girls and run away. Nah, who knows? But maybe we've planted the seed for a future legend. Who knows? You don't know. But so I want to shout out to those guys. So the other thing that's happening, if you're not sure up here, obviously some big decisions to be made this time of year for I'm a carby guy. CJ Davies, good on you, brother. Some big decisions. One track has already made decisions. One track, I believe, probably won't have much choice but to make a decision. Another track will make their decision in the next week or so at their AGM. But obviously I'm going to give you a bit of a roundabout as far as I'm concerned, and I'm not saying I've got all the facts. I do know certain people I can talk to and get some information, and can share information with me, and I'm happy to share what I get to some degree. I'm not going to tell you everything, so a lot of the regional tracks, particularly in Queensland here, were with Andra. The alternative to that is, of course, IHRA, and a new one that's come on board basically through the door of Warwick Dragway, and I believe it's about 4 seasons now. It might be 3, maybe 4. It was Races World. Now, Races World, for those guys that don't know, are I knew I'd done this. I've stuffed up. I forgot to charge my iPad today. This is the problem with this new bloody... I'm going to have to take the earplugs out and plug my cord in, so the sound's going to be a bit shitty. Sorry, guys, but I've got to do that to keep this going. Wait me a sec. All right, so there you go. Sorry, the sound's going to be shittier, but I had to plug it in to keep it going because I'm down to 5% battery. I forgot to plug it in today and charge it. One job, I know, Dave Hunter. I know. That's why we need professionals like you on the job. I know. Not that you wouldn't use an iPad, you wouldn't know what to do with it. Except for, anyway, you know what. All right, yeah, some races. Give you a little bit of background from what I understand. So the gentleman, a very smart businessman who owns Queensland Raceway and Lakeside Raceway and lots of things, and is definitely trying to acquire other venues, shall we say. And we won't go into that, but I'm not even going there. John Tetley, his name is. He's the owner of that, and he, along with some of his staff, created this races body, shall we say. I believe a number of years ago, and obviously their main concern or their main customer base is circuit racing. And then Warwick had the... I don't even know how it come about, but I know that Warwick was approached by racers a few seasons ago when there was some when they had just needed some clarity on where to go with the whole Andra IHRA thing, and for a smaller track, racers definitely provide an option. They definitely provide an option for those guys because at the end of the day, they need to make some money to continue to run events, even though they're not as regular as somewhere like Willowbank or Sydney or Perth. So, figures, the bottom line always is, must come first. And the fact is, racers come in with a very good proposal for them, for Warwick. They've been operating under that for a few years, and it seems to work pretty well. And so what's happened recently, from what I can understand and what I have been advised, and as much as I can tell you, is that a lot of these regional tracks ran with Andra. It's come time for Andra to do audits on tracks based on some... what can we say? As far as I understand, based on some reports and some investigation into some happenings with Andra, so the coroner's report into the unfortunate death of Chris Stewart was a major factor in that, and Andra had to pull the strings in a little bit, I guess, and have basically advised some tracks that they have to meet certain standards, and they've got a short amount of time to do that. And if they are unable to do that, then they can't sanction them. That's basically what it comes down to. So the tracks have had to look at alternatives, and like I said, there's those three alternatives on the table. There was Andra, there's IHRA, and the races is that other option. So those involved got in touch with the various parties, had meetings with the parties, got the information they needed, and did the right thing and put it to vote. So Palmyra put it to vote last Friday, or about a week ago. They put it to vote with all their financial members, and it was an overwhelming decision to go with races, to give races a go, and just see how they go. So, so obviously that was announced, and the first thing everyone wants to know is, how does that affect me? So everyone's jumping in, all the comments, and just like it just lit up, I guess. Facebook and whatever when those I guess press releases were announced, or those announcements were made. Guys, what you need to understand is
Just reading some comments here. What they need to understand is the guys they've got to get all their information handy. They've got to make a decision based on what they think's best for the track. They put it to a vote. They did the right thing. They got a number of they got all their financial members together at those meetings, and they made a decision based on that. And that's all they can do. How it affects each racer individually, time will show. If you've got questions, direct it to those for a bit, and those guys will do the best they can to answer those. But you need a little bit of patience. So. Give those guys give them a bit of a break. I understand we all not want to know what we're doing next season, but just give them a bit of a allow them to figure out the situation for everyone on the whole, and then address maybe some issues individually, and then get the rules to you, get all the relevant information to you in time. But hey, just ease up. Everyone. I can assure you, everyone's important, and they'll get back to you as soon as they can with all those questions. So, if you have cost you $20 for. All right. So, I'm going to start to address a couple of comments here. Jamie Kitching, having 3 sanctioning bodies in Queensland will be the death of our regional tracks, mate. I don't agree. I don't agree with that. It might help. Time will tell. But my opinion is it will not, especially if they all get on one page. The other good thing, and Matty Loyce just jumped in, and he's in a position to. He's got an informed opinion because he's a big part of what happens out there at Warwick Dragway, as is his family. And as I said, they've used races now for 3 or 4 seasons. And if you have he's put it there, and I know for a fact this is, if you have an IHA or an ANDRA license, it will cost you $20 for a race's event license. So they'll accept the fact you've got one of those licenses and that you've got, you meet the requirements, and all they're asking for is $20 for an event license. So it's definitely a good alternative. And I don't know. I think it will help these smaller tracks, these regional tracks. If they get on all the same page, we can continue to run regional series, and that's just the decision that was made. But when I say it was a decision that was made, like I said, it was put to a vote, which is the best way to do it. You've got to put things to a vote. I think the problem we have sometimes is that some decisions. Some major contributing factors to various tracks or sanctioning bodies isn't put to a vote. There's a couple of old school people that make the decisions, and we're stuck in the dark ages with some shit. So, in my opinion, we need to flush out some people to get some fresh ideas in there and just make it more palatable for people. So we'll see how we go. Races recognises IHRA and ANDRA credentials, and that's exactly what I was just saying. CJ Davies, mate, so they accept tech also. Rowan Brown, mate, I believe so. Some of the other guys on here will jump on this. Marcus Ford, for the win. Our Shagga jumping in, say he's all for 400 Thunder, so he's happy with what they're doing. So I'm just going to scroll through some of the comments here. Guys, give you all you say. I think races is $65 for a year. That's exactly right. It's $65 for a year to be a member of races. And it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Warwick has a great system of races, very affordable and simple. Have these tracks gone to races to lower the sanctioning costs? Poe, yes. And because... The tracks have come under scrutiny. Some of these tracks, at massive cost, have come under scrutiny for some of their infrastructure. And it costs money to fix that infrastructure, and it can't be done in a short period. And so those guys have had no alternative. Now, what I believe the other benefit of races is because they are a motorsport sanctioning body, not just a drag racing sanctioning body. If you want to have different events at your venue. And I'll give you the perfect examples. Palmyra and Mackay have got a burnout pad. They're now doing a lot of work around the pits. They've got paved bitumen roads and that around the pits, and it's well, there we go. You beat me to the punch. Lace Skinner just chimed in. There's a guy that's right at the heart there. It's become a motor sport precinct, so racers can sanction Palmyra Dragway on other events. They can cover them when they have drag race events. They can cover them when they have burnout events. They also have up there, they have car events. They have the human powered vehicle, HPV. I think that's how they say it. They'll cover that. They can sanction those events. So they offer insurance coverage, sanctioning, and overlook that. So it's definitely an option for some of the guys, and Palmyra's gone with that, and we'll see how that goes. So, only time will tell. But like I said, Warwick led the way there with that, and it's been pretty successful from all reports. $65, Melly. So everyone can race. That's why Warwick went that way. Yeah. So Matty Loy again, just chiming in. Everyone can race. So if you're IHRA, if you're Andra, if you've got licenses for either of those sanctioning bodies, you can race at a races sanctioned venue. And just pay that fee. Live voting says, okay, mainly Dave Phipps. Just I'm new to Palmyra Drag Race. I appreciate all the help everyone has given me, but I'm new and I'll follow the lead of the longer service members. I'm here to listen and learn. I dig Palmyra and the people, mate. Great to have you on board. We love what you're doing too, mate. That bike's sure is impressive, mate. So welcome, and by all means, mate, reach out to people. I'm sure you'll find all those people up there great. And come and say hello, mate. Next time I'm up there in the new year, come and say hello. Des Pim, no doubt you would still have to pay to use facility as well as races. Not 100% sure what you're saying there, Desi, but that's all right, mate. I never proclaim to be too smart. Live voting on the Banaraby page. Jamie Kitching shows there, Stone Andra. So Mackay races, Banaraby, Andra, Willowbank IHA. Very hard to run a series with multiple tracks to try and draw the class cars up from Brizzy. I don't believe it's going to be a problem. Like I said, if you're IHRA or Andra, races off of that, they call it reciprocal. Is that what they call it? Cough up that little bit for the day license to make up the difference. So I honestly don't think it's going to be a problem. But it'll be interesting to see. So Banaraby make their decision not this weekend, the following, I believe. They've got their meeting, and once again they'll put it to the vote. So we'll see what happens there. The politics is annoying, but needs to happen, and we need to make the decision based on all races, and what we got to rely on committees and those more informed to make decisions, to bring us the information, and then, like I said, financial members of clubs and that can vote from there too, mate. I want to race at Mackay, the fronts there, but too hard license-wise. Yeah, so it'll definitely make it easier, mate. So Graham McKinnon just chipped in, mate. So he's obviously got an IHRA licence. He's obviously got an IHRA licence, so under races sanctioning, he can come to one of those races track. He can go to Warwick, or he can come to Palmyra now, and he pays that day licence, or he can pay for a yearly licence of $65 and race. So look again, guys, make your own decisions. There's information on there. There are links from Banaraby put up a link. Palmyra put up a link to races. You can get on their website. You can have a look. You can ask questions, and hopefully you get the answers you want, or you can get an answer either way, and go from there. Which one is CC and dry, Shagga? Yeah, mate, we need a couple of CC. That'd be nice. I know, I've had it. Anyway, that'd be nice if that's all we had to vote on. So, I don't know. What do you do? Is it ideal having it in 3 sanctioning bodies? No. Is it ideal having it in 2? No. we'd like one sanctioning body that, can cover us all. It proved a number of years ago that that could no longer happen for various reasons. Has IHRA fixed all the problems? No. Will races fix the problems? Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, it's definitely bloody interesting times. It's a shame the politics. It's like anything, isn't it? It's like workplace. It's like sport. Any sport. It'd be better if there was no politics. But the fact is, there is. There needs to be some people at the helm that can make decisions, and bring information to their members, their customers. And we'll just see how we go. Potung. Now, I'm going to read Potung's comment because, now, if you don't know Potung, of course, very active in the sport, conducts his own events. He's a promoter. And I'm going to give him a rap because he gave me a job down there last time. Good on you, mate. Hey, for the good of drag racing,